Alright, everybody, welcome back. It's your boy, County Jack, back again with another fantastically freaky installment here on the Warthunder channel. If you're a returning viewer, well, you know what you're in for. It's going to be a lot of me babbling and 27 minutes and 53 seconds of failure. If you're new here, I'm originally a US main with a skill issue. When I started out this game, I played arcade, as many people do. I didn't even know there was a realistic. And I did that for, 3 or 4 years. Playing very aggressively, not to the meta. So I started out as basically like a strike aircraft, ground pounder, bomber main. And every time I tried to fly a fighter, this is the type of thing that would happen, and I struggled with it a lot, you know. I never was the type of person to go along with what everyone else was doing. I like to do my own thing. It's just kind of how I am. I find things interesting, and then when I find them interesting, I love them. It's almost like an autistic interest type of thing. Growing up, there was no internet for me, you know, like there is for people today, so the library was my internet, and I spent the bulk of my young life reading and reading and reading and playing outdoors. I don't even know how many bike jumps we built, or trips to the creek we had, or like beating each other up with sticks or shooting each other with BB guns. Don't do it at home, kids. that I went through, but man, we got up to it back in the day. I still live in the town where I grew up in, and I take walks by all the old haunts that we used to hang out at, and it kind of makes me sad I don't see any kids there lurking around looking like they're up to no good. I know they're all in their rooms playing Minecraft or swiping on TikTok until they have an attention span of a flea. It's kind of sad to see the world going in this direction, as I'm a very loving person and I like to see people do good. Yeah, I got dizzy, couldn't keep following that guy. I really like to see people do well for themselves. And I feel like many people in the modern world have been sold what I consider to be a false bill of goods. They're basically told to fit into this box and get up, go to work every day to get the money to buy the things that we have to sell you, and in this way you will be happy, when in reality that's a sure path to depression and sadness and a lot of negative things happening. Humans are meant to stand up, get their butts moving, acquire food, be a useful part of the community that they live in to support each other by using their specialized skills to make things better for each other in a group, probably a small group, less than 130 or something like that. And yeah, placing all of these modern aspirations onto the archaic frame of the human seems to me to be the greatest folly. I mean, you show me someone who's working 40, 50, 60 hours a week to barely be able to afford things in today's economy, and I'll show you a person that needs to go caveman camping for their own good. I personally love to go camping and go to the outdoors, to the dankest, like nastiest woods, swamps and bogs and things like that. It's always been one of my deep soul-moving things that really touches me on an emotional level is like going wherever there's water, you know, and trees. I just love it. There's like a vibe there. I don't know if it's my Indian or Irish ancestry playing on me to want to be with the spirits of the forest and nature. You know, maybe I shouldn't say anything like that, given that I am a Christian by faith and definition. But thinking about the reality of the situation for Christians and what the translations of the Bible, you know, really are versus what it can be made to say when it's crammed into English. It's an interesting thing to think about, but that's not what this channel is for, so I'll try to ramble in a different direction there. I can sometimes go off on a little bit of a tangent. I haven't really recorded one of these type of ramble-on videos for quite some time, but it used to be the thing that I did regularly. I just get on, slap as many videos on as will fit in the PlayStation's share factory, hope that I don't have to cut them more than 50 times, because that's all the edits that I can fit into a clip without having to render it and then add it again, which makes it like even worse definition than it already is, and I don't think I want to do that to people, so I keep it within the limitations. I slap them in, I trim out most of the boring stuff. I left a lot in this particular match. The rest are a little bit more trimmed. Just wanted to clear these videos out and make room, because I've literally gotten so bad about making videos and been so busy that I saved like the entirety of the hard drive on my PlayStation. It's completely full with these Warthunder videos. I've even had to delete some of the enlisted videos that I had before I ever even came near to getting to them. Like, this gameplay is probably from December still, or January. And my oh my, what a different world it was at that time, yes? The depths of winter, thinking spring and summer may never come. Feeling that end of winter gloom that strikes people's hearts and weighs them down heavy. Not the coolest feeling. Now it's 90 degrees out. I can hear a band playing at the local drinking establishment, I don't know, less than 100 yards away. And that's to my right, and on my left there is a field full of children playing baseball, where there used to be a school that I went to as a child, but they recently tore it down. And they're all over there playing their baseball games and having a good time. I'm super glad that regardless of them tearing the school down, that children still come play there, because that's like a core memory of my life, is living across the fence from this school and people just hanging out over there and playing, and kids making noise and things like that. Sort of like it would be eerie if that wasn't happening, you know what I mean? I live very much in like a John Hughes America type of town, where it's very small but recently grown and making the transition from a farm area. We all grew up baling and driving tractors and doing like assorted farmy stuff, you know, here, central Ohio, beautiful plains that it is. And now it's a bunch of pastel shirt wearing yuppies going to drink at the bar uptown. Crazy to see. I'm sitting here on my couch recording this after having played a few matches in the F-84B, which I do have, and have been having a kind of fun time. Just, you know, something new to break up the monotony. And yeah, I'm sitting on my couch looking out. I have a sliding glass door, and I can see the tomato plants and my chia. I grew some chia out of black chia seeds that I got to eat. And let me tell you something, man. Chia is a hardy plant. It like popped straight up. It's about waist high, some of it. Basically, I extremely overplanted it to a ridiculous amount where it was like as thick in the ground as hair. And so that forced it to want to bolt, and it grew up super tall, and then I thinned it out to feed to the chickens, and they don't seem to like it once it gets like past knee high. Apparently, it's a South American, Mexican type of plant is where it originates from, and it gets used there in salads and for many other things. I eat the seeds purportedly for my health, and yeah, it's doing really good. It's wild to see. But that's my situation. I'm just sitting, chilling. All of the yards are mowed for the week. The chickens have water and food. Garden has been watered. My grass is cut. And everything is okay with the world, you know? This is a longer match than I realized it would be. And I'm just starting to starting to goof off here. This is why I left this in, because I was just wanting to show, as was the original intent of my channel, every gameplay that I get, and just show the game from my point of view and what it's like. But this plane, it was so fun for me to fly. Like, I can have fun doing this. I don't know, you know. If you have to get like 5 kills a match or you're upset, like, damn, sorry, bruv. I'm having fun making plane go wee. Like, that's where my brain is at when I play this game. I play with some bros, and they lock in and get technical some. It's kind of nice, but it's also kind of not. You know what I mean? Like, sometimes you just want to blow off steam. And sometimes you want to be Mr. Milsim, and yeah, you gotta find a good balance between the two things. One of the hardest things that I've encountered in this game, other than my inability to do the things that I want to do, is like how to integrate into a squad correctly, and I wind up erring on the side of caution. All of my friends are like more aggressive and more capable than me. So, yeah, it makes it hard for me when I feel like the slow one who sucks and drags everyone down. But I think I've never had more fun than flying, you know, 4-man squad with the people that you're familiar with and everybody doing their thing. It's a beautiful thing, man. Flying in formation, sticking together, trying to help each other out. Doesn't happen often, but when you're able to clean someone off your teammate's tail, there's like no better feeling. Generally, I miss and they die, but when you're able to, wow. That was close, yeah. Look at me shooting. Oh my gosh. Shoot with hope, lads. Come on, buddy, get it in there. Get those hits in. If that guy had killed that guy and got the kill, I would have been happy for him. It would have been hilarious. Yay. You learn a lot watching chickens. Their rule is, if it's not down your throat, I can still eat it. I've literally seen them have food stuck to their faces, and the other chickens will literally clean off their beaks and like the feathers and wattles on the side of their beak. They're like, hold on, governor, I see you've got a bit of food there you haven't eaten. Peck, peck, peck. And just clean it right off bro's face. It's like, wow, savage. What do you think your friends or family would do if they had a french fry hanging out of their mouth and you just like, and bit it off? They'd be like, bro, what's going on? Please stop. Oh, yeah. But, watching them and watching them behave like I would imagine dinosaurs would, you know, staying in a loose herd, each having their own personalities, strutting around self-importantly. Every peck is like a murder. They're like, oh, something on the ground, murder, murder, murder. It's crazy. They're savage about it. If one of them finds a worm, they grab it, pull it out of the ground, and get like whatever mouthful they had in their beak, and the other ones are on it so fast, and they'll like throw it around and chase each other across the yard for it. It's straight wild. It's like Jerry Springer when things get lit, and they tell the guy like he's not the father or something, and then he starts doing the splits and dancing on stage. That's literally what it's like. Chickens can be nasty and brutal and not very loving, but I love them. Yeah. They also feed me pretty good. I get like 5 to 6 eggs a day from 6 hens, and randomly I'll get maybe 4. And if you can keep, I have one that broods, but if you can get past all of those things, you know, you just wake up in the morning and they've got like some boards in their cage that they sleep over top of. You just got to scrape those off into a trash can. What you have to scrape off I won't say, because that's not polite for conversation, but you can imagine. And you let them out of their cage and give them some food and some water and enough space to live and a quiet, dark place to lay their eggs. And, yeah, let the hilarity ensue. Give them stuff to climb on. And that's what we do. It's pretty chill, man. I like to take the dirt from their pen and, like, throw it into my garden in the fall time, and that kind of rebuilds the nitrogen, because the chicken manure is like mad nitrogen, so you wouldn't want to use it directly, but you can do that if you do it in low amounts. But using too much of it, like a cupful, like, you know, you're baking and you get a cupful in 10 gallons, might still like burn out your stuff with too much nitrogen. Yeah, heavy in that. But if you save your banana peels for potassium and your eggshells for calcium, and you got some chicken manure, you can toss up a pretty good fertilizer without having to succumb to the man to purchase their fantastic products that, you know, never disappear from the soil and definitely don't make anyone sick. Okay, even I am like watching myself shoot here and I'm disgusted. Like, oh god, can you just hit what you're aiming at? I think if I went back and did this now, you know, 6 months later, I might get some better results. I have not flown this plane in some time. Been mainly flying P-51s and some of the higher tier Italian planes, and literally just got this jet, and of course bought a helicopter, since helicopters are super cool, even though I know that, like, I'm aware of, like, the official take on Warthunder, you know, that people say this is bad and that is bad and the other, and that you shouldn't do this and shouldn't do that, but I don't let them stop me, man. I just do the thing I want to do and have fun. I play naval, I play ground. That's literally how I got into playing air realistic, was I started playing naval and I met a person in the wild, right, in person in my small town, who was like, yeah, I play War Thunder, but I play naval realistic only. And I'm like, oh, okay. You're, like that, bro. And so they got me to playing realistic, and I started making so much SL that I was like, oh, wow. and you can also use it to farm crew points. But I started making so much SL that I was like, man, I'm gonna buy premium, and I bought premium for a year, and only played naval for a year. Not because I was like, I'm only gonna play naval. I just kind of did, you know, like Forrest Gump got up and took off running. I was like, I guess I'll play some naval. Oh, Lord help me. I'm very like that in that I'm somewhat mentally gifted, but I'm also a little bit slow. So it just depends on what the subject is and how it is, you know. I have an amazing ability to aggregate information and to see large patterns from lots and lots and lots of trivial information. I can sort of, you know, I don't know how to describe it, test the water of reality by sort of compiling a lot of, I don't know how to describe it. You see, I'm not like other people who are like, I know what happened. You know what I mean? Where they're like, I know what happened, or I think it's this way, or I think it's that way. I sort of deal in a, I don't know, almost like someone whose job was professional intelligence. I pretty much assume the worst and the best simultaneously, and do not believe anything that is not like 100% verifiable. I mean, I don't know how to describe it, and even if things are not 100% verifiable, I also don't disbelieve them. I guess you could say that I'm truly, truly open-minded, but the older I get, the more things that I used to consider something that you would accept if you were open-minded, the fewer things that are on that list as time goes on and the evidence shows itself to me in the nature of the type of things I think about, which is like humanity in general, how people treat each other, how easy or hard it is for the common person to just exist, what people who think they're important, like what they act like and how they treat, you know, people who are just regular and trying to live their life. I'm very much like a John Q. everyman for the common man. And I suppose if I had a true political calculator, it would be something like, I don't know, I'm like a green libertarian with like anarchist leanings, you know what I mean? Like you have some government, but that's just to like do the things that need done and not to be like in everybody's back pocket telling them who to be and how and why and what, you know? I don't think that's very cool at all. But in the same turn, like if you're not doing anything to anybody, you shouldn't be restricted in what you're doing. I mean, the whole reason the Constitution worked back in the day was because they assumed, wrongly apparently, that people would want their freedom and that people would maintain the good moral character that comes with the necessity of taking care of yourself. Ooh. Now nobody's interested in taking care of themselves. They want the daddy state to do it. And it's like if you want the people that make the DMV to tell you how to live, come on, brother. Think for yourself. Please, learn how to. Oh. Watching me miss these shots, I'm just like flabbergasted. I stopped the flow for a second because I was like, oh my god, how am I so bad? Please hit the tree, dude. He's trying. Is that a French plane? Yeah, ooh. If I could just, aim, I'd have this. Get him. Oh, I'm turning with this thing. But I'm also sinking. It's like the meme with the German Coast Guard, right? What are you thinking about? I love it. Get him. Oh my god, how is my aim so bad? Yes, finally. I like to think that the gameplay that is shown here represents, some type of progress where I've gone in this one video from absolute failure to almost failure to a little bit better to actually kind of some success. I mean, I don't know. Pretty sure that I come in first place in this match and my team wins, which is so rare for me that I like blushed and was excited. Yelled for my mom to get the camera. Yeah. You tell me if you've made it this far. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think down below. Let me know if you have any thoughts on what I've said, which I already can't remember. what we talked about. I'll have to tell from the comments. There we go. What was that, right? What was that? You see the shots that I'm taking? What was that, bro? I thought he was gonna go down, maybe. That's what it is. I'll lie and justify. But either way, if you have stayed around to watch this and hung out with me, I super appreciate you, man. Not only that, I love you. I love everybody. That's how it should be. Then we could all trust each other. But yeah, either way, I super appreciate you for being here. And most importantly, I hope that you have a good day. And you don't let anything get you down. This is County Check, signing off. And we will see you on the next one.